today we are going to talk about community, about friendships, how to maintain relationships, how to find people that we feel that's, seen by, that we can connect. And it will be really, really interesting. Okay, I see people I didn't see for a long time. I'm happy. So I don't know how you felt as children when you are young. Some people share with me, I was born to this family, but I didn't feel belong, or I didn't feel seen. I felt it, I remember myself, I felt like that when I came to my family in Israel, in Hadera. She said, probably you are the neighbor daughter or something like that. I was so different from them. And I felt that. And sometimes you feel belong, but your parents are busy, or your mom is depressed, or there is addictions, or they don't know. Some people just don't know how to see, how to feel, how to hold emotionally and physically, how to touch, right? A child. Who can relate to that? Raise your hand. And then you are starting life searching for home, searching to feel this feeling that you arrived. And it's so important in life to find a community, to find friends, to find your tribe, the family that you choose. And it doesn't have to be a big community. It can be a few friends it's your inner circle. Who feel that you have those people in your life, that you have friends that sees you, that support you, that understand you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Good. So there are two kinds of people. I have a class about number ones and twos, leaders and followers. And I want to tell you about the product and the buyer. Some people are products that sit on the shelves. They're beautiful and shiny and wise and talented, but they're shy and introvert, and they will not initiate. Many times we go to all kind of events. I'm going to the school events, and you see people that are interesting. You're curious about them. You feel attraction, like your mind wants to get to know them, or you feel some chemistry as friends, right? Will you approach? Will you go and represent yourself? Or you'll just sit on the shelf like a product, looking at them. They will look at you. Many product looks at each other, but passive, not really doing anything. And there is the buyer. The buyer is going, in the supermarket, in the aisles, confident, shiny, colorful, and he can choose. He can choose. He's going freely. You're going into an event. You're entering a room. Do you feel free to engage, to laugh, to share, to show yourself, and to connect? So who feel more like a buyer? Raise your hand. Confident leader. And if you can turn on the video, if you can, I know some people are sick today and you can take this webinar from bed or from your car, but if you can turn on the video, it will be great. Who feel more like a product that you feel you want to grow, you want to feel more courageous? Good. And we'll talk soon how to do it, of course. The people that are extrovert, the people that are buyer, it doesn't mean that they have meaningful relationships. Many people share with me, I'm surrounded with people. I have friends, I have big family, I have a partner even, but I feel lonely. It's not about the amount of people. It's about the quality of the relationship. How are you able to be vulnerable? How are you able to go deep? How are you able to cry in front of other people, in front of your friends? So, and sometimes a product, somebody shy and introvert can have 2 or 3 friends, but they're real friends. So I'll ask you a few things. Raise your hand, and you can do it over Zoom also if you cannot turn on your video. Raise your hand if you trust people, if you feel that you trust, you're open. Raise your hand if you can't trust people. You feel that something is like you are testing them, you are criticizing, you are checking, that you have this mind that try to prevent you from trusting? Raise your hand. The question is for you guys, when did you lose this trust? Because when I see kids, and I'm thinking always about Emma, my 8 years old kid, when you see kids, they're still free and trusting. Everybody are friends. She's going to the playground. Everybody are friends. I have so many friends. I have new friends. This is my best friend. Every day, this is my best friend. Like, however, and she's really like, it's honest, you know, she is trusting people. And I was like that. I don't know if you remember yourself in a young version, early childhood, that you did trust kids and adults and people. And then when did you lose it? Maybe part of the people that raised their hand today, they lost it and they gain it back, because when you're doing the work, it's all about trust, right? It's about trusting people, but also trusting yourself. So when did you lose this trust? What age your mind, your protector, decided to protect you from friends, to protect you from people, to protect you from connection? So this is something for you to write and maybe to discover later, or maybe you already know. Finding those friendships, it's one step. And I remember myself coming here 6 years ago. I had many friends in Israel, and I was traveling around the world, so I had many friends. But then I came here, no friends, right? No one. No one knows me, not what I'm doing, my profession. And I want to have friends. So in the beginning, the first year I was focusing on the kids. I want the kids to have friends. Then we built a business. But third year, it was about my friend. Now I had time like to invest in myself and to look for friends. And I remember myself really like looking, okay, now I want friends. Let's see. And one time I saw a woman giving a speech in the school, and I saw her and I said, wow, I want her as my friend. Something said, you know, like my intuition, and I had to pursue her for 6 months. She was so busy until we went for a walk, and we are friends until today. And really, really good friends. So, and I have two more like that. So basically, how to really not go through the mind, but really feel, wow, this person is interesting. This person, there is something there. And it's like falling in love, but not in a sexual way. It's like falling in love. Oh, I want to know. I feel the energy. I feel, and maybe it's not right, but to try it out. For that, we need first to heal our wound of not trusting people, because if you're coming like that, I'm afraid it will not work. And also find the courage to initiate, and find the courage, because why not to start? What is the fear of engaging, of dating? Even think about even date. Some people are afraid even to start dating. What is the fear underneath? What do you think? You can type it or you can unmute.
Rejection?
Yes, it's the fear of rejection.
And insecurity.
Yes. So the fear of rejection was because of a trauma, of an imprint. It can be with someone specific. It can be at school. School can be brutal, right? Many things can happen at school. It's like sometimes a war zone. You can be bullied. You can be judged. But when did you decided that no more? I'm not going to get hurt anymore. And how we can heal that? After you, let's say you did heal that, and it's not that hard. I have to, some people think that change is hard. I don't think change is hard. I think that if you use the right tools, it's also fast. I traveled for many years around the world, and I tried many, many things that didn't work with me. Since I was a teenager, I did transcendental meditation, and I did martial art and all kind of meditation. I was very curious about changing myself and changing my life. Obviously, I wasn't happy. And then I traveled many years around the world, and it took me time because I didn't find the tools and the systems and the teachers to help me, until I arrived to Zen and to a specific master that I felt being seen. And this is the first time when I was practicing meditation First of all, I learned how to see myself, but also by this teacher, I felt seen. I remember every day that I came to meditate in the morning, he was sometimes saying, "Oh, you didn't sleep well tonight. What happened?" Or "You don't feel so good, right?" It's like, oh my gosh, somebody is seeing me. Actually, someone else outside of me can feel what I feel, and also like it's amazing because many people say, "How are you today?" But it's different, and really looking this on your eyes, in your eyes, and seeing you. And I'm also doing it with my students, even over Zoom. I'm surprised over Zoom, if I know a person, I can really know by the posture and how he sits, or the eyes, or the color of the skin, and you learn how to see other people. You learn how to see other people, and then you learn how to see your friends, your children, your partners, your families, your parents, and this is real connection. So it's the first time I felt seen, and I said, wow, he's very attentive. He has something that I don't have. And through meditation, I learned how to open up. So many times we are busy with ourselves, right? Most of the time. You sit with a friend and he's sharing, and you have your own thoughts. Not negative. Let's think it's positive. Let's think you just think positively about what to say next, or about something that you feel the same. Or, but when you are thinking, so there is no connection. Connection is not happening. You are in yourself with your mind, telling your stories, and she's sitting there and she's sharing, and you missed so much information. You missed so much by being with yourself. So learning in meditation how to listen to the sounds. Maybe we'll practice later. We'll see if we'll have time. Listen to the sounds, feeling your body. Now, for now, the sounds is a bird I hear, and cars are always here in the background, and the computer. But later on, the sound will be like what your partner is telling you, or the sound will be your friend. And you're learning how to open up more than yourself, extend yourself to be more than your body. And it's beautiful, but it's not enough. So first stage is meditation, to really connect with life, and then courage. You remember we talked about not trusting people, fear of connection, getting hurt. How can I release the fear and be courageous and find the courage to actually be a leader and leading my life? Leader, it doesn't mean you need to lead other people, but for sure, what I'm teaching people is how to lead themselves. That's what we need. Who is the leader here? The small child is afraid, the product. Who is the leader? The one that is not trusting, or the one that can really connect and see the whole picture and hold all your parts. So this is about finding friends, and this is already like, wow. And the beautiful things, there are so many beautiful people around us. I'm lucky in the mindset when people come to a retreat or to a group. I don't know. I love everyone. I don't think so. I'm getting the right people. But something it's magic. I'm lucky to be connected to really beautiful people that wants to do their work, and also are intelligent and are interested in the mind and heart. It's complicated a little bit, and it's connected to Zen, and also it's very demanding because I really believe in practice. I know I'm jumping from subject to subject because I have so much to share, but I will not talk about practice right now. I will keep it to the end. But when you find people that you can see and be seen, and you can be held by them, they know how to hold you, to hold your emotions, to hold your thoughts, to give you right mirrors. Many times I see here, especially here, um, that people don't give authentic response. They're nice, they're smiling, they're getting hurt and they're smiling, they're angry and they're smiling. They're getting offended and they're smiling, but then they're not really, they will not call you again. So many people are not talking to each other, or just running out of relationships instead of just trying to connect and to heal. For me, in my life, it's not an option. If I have something that is not clear with someone, a teacher, one of the teachers of my kid, or a neighbor, or of course a friend and family, I will always engage. Or a student, many times things can happen. I wasn't clear, they were offended, right? I really encourage everyone to come and to connect and to talk about their feelings. What happened? You know, I was hurt. Something didn't work for me. What did you mean when you said that? When you said that, I felt, right? So this is something to give mirrors that I love teaching, because those mirrors, if you give it in the right way, it's not hurtful. If you are judging and criticizing, this is no. If you are blaming, no. But if you talk about yourself, I call it changing a contract. We want to change a contract all the time with people in our lives. So we'll talk about it more soon. Now I move to talk about how to maintain a healthy connection, because let's say you found friends. But if you think about even the friends that you have now, or the relationship that you have now, even with your partner, if you have one, or ex-partner, was it authentic? Did you find the courage to engage when it was not good? In the moment it didn't work. And this is, so many times I had the conversation like that with friends, and they told me I never had conversation like that before. I never, and I was so surprised. I mean, so how do you maintain real relationships, right? So we want to learn, and again, it's about fear, right? Fear and courage. It's not even courage, it's natural, but it's the fear preventing us of just sharing, speaking freely. Raise your hand if you want to work on speaking freely, finding your voice. Raise your hand. Why we're good? Because we want to see that other people are, in the same boat. And it's possible. It's possible. The mind wants to comply others. The mind care what other people think. Now, we're not against the mind. The mind was there for a reason. As a child, you had to be like that in order to survive. You had to fit in. So you change yourself according to your parents, your teachers, your friends, sometimes as a rebellious creature, and then did the opposite, sometimes as a complying one. It's the same, it's not freedom. But you had to protect yourself and to change yourself in order to fit, in order to feel safe. But then after a few years and you're adult, you see that it's not working for you anymore. And then you learn to calm down the protector. The protector that is there just to keep you safe is not enough anymore. To be safe is not enough. You want to be more than safe. You want to be happy. You want to be joyful. You don't want to feel lonely. You want to fall in love. You want to be creative, depends on your personality. You want to expand. You want to find your purpose. You want to feel belong. We want so many things that when there is a protector, it's not possible. When the protector is strong, you build a wall. And then, first of all, even if you are trying to find your community, going to a ceramic class, I don't know what you like, coming to the mindset, going to dance together, an ecstatic dance. Even if you are there, let's say, okay, your protector said, okay, go there. Then you bring the protector with you and you are starting to criticize everyone or yourself. This is the way we create separation. So, or you criticize others. What those people are not like me? Look at this. Look at his background over Zoom. And you find a way. It's so easy to criticize. You find a way to convince yourself that you don't belong. Who is doing that sometimes? Raise your hand. Or you are judging yourself worse, by the way. You are saying, I'm not good enough. They will not like me. Or you cannot, you'll not be a good friend, or you don't fit. Also, fear, 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 fear. I want you to take something from today. If you recognize those thoughts, it's pure fear. Maybe you're not able to change it yet, but I want you to really recognize it as a small child saying, I'm so scared. I'm so scared to connect. I'm so scared to get this, to be disappointed again, to be hurt again. So don't believe those thoughts. Just don't believe it, because it's so limiting. It's limiting. It's, you're shrinking. You're in jail, or part of you. How does it feel to live like that, alone? Or, it's even worse to be surrounded by people and alone. I think it's worse. You sleep with somebody in the same bed and you are isolated. So painful. So finding people, we spoke about that, and then maintaining the relationship and changing contract. I want to talk about that. So changing contract, I always go back to me and my husband when we had Romy, the firstborn child, and then the chaos started, basically, and we had a very great agreement before. I mean, we're great friends, and we knew who is doing what, who is folding laundry, who is doing dishes. It was so easy. Then a baby is born, changing contract. I remember that we're sitting in Israel in a beautiful place every Friday for 2 hours with the stroller, changing the contract, really talking about what is not working for us. So many things didn't work. You don't sleep at night, you this, you that, everything. And slowly, and she's finding the right contract for us to live together. But it doesn't have to be only when a baby is born. Sometimes you are evolving and changing, your needs are changing, and we need to learn how to communicate it. And we communicate it, again, not through judging. It's not right or wrong. Nobody is here to serve you, and nobody will be a perfect match, as if you are born to each other and this is it. And this is like the romantic side in us that thinks, oh, I will find somebody, my friend, that will never hurt me, that will be perfect. Wake up, guys. Relationships are complicated. This is why we're here. And then our responsibility is to initiate conversations about changing contract. And the way we do it is talking about ourselves. I have maybe we'll do a webinar about changing contract. It's a really, really big subject. How to give mirrors, how to try to be clean, how to take responsibility about your part. It's never one. Talking about your feelings, hoping that the other will change for you, but not demanding. Many times people have very specific things are bothering them that you cannot understand. And it's from experience with my partner. I mean, something is bothering him, and I need to decide if to accommodate or not. It's not that I need, but if he will share his feeling about it, maybe I will decide to help and to change for him, something specific. But if he will judge me or criticize me or blame me or be righteous, nobody will change for you. Nobody will make an effort for you. And I'm not talking about changing personality, changing things, small things. Like I always give the example of a guy not putting jars in the sink. He doesn't like me to put empty jars in the sink. Go figure. But this is important for him. We are coming with imprints. We are coming from all kinds of things we learned from our parents. We are complicated creatures. This is why we want to be very authentic in relationships, and also not attacking and being vulnerable. For me, vulnerable is natural. Vulnerable is natural. It took me time to understand the word in English, vulnerable, and to understand why it's so hard for people to be vulnerable. I remember myself very protected. But for many years, I'm open. If my father is sick, all my student knows. If I'm having a hard day, everybody, I'm not hiding myself. I'm teaching and I'm by example of sharing without thinking that my secrets or by hiding, it's very important. Like I cannot share something. It's like precious or it's private or I don't understand it anymore because I think that the thing we are carrying on our back, it's a bag with stones. It's not precious. It's not shiny. It's not beautiful stones that I have here on my desk. It's heavy. It's hard. It's tiring us. It's lonely and we feel stuck. So why not to take off this bag and to open and to clean and to share? In my work, I worked in the past for 21 years. I did one-on-one sessions, and it's many one-on-ones if you calculate, because before the kids, I worked 7 days a week, so it's really a lot. And when I moved to groups, it was so hard to convince people to come. They prefer to come one-on-one every week to pay a lot of money, but please, Priya, please, no group, please. And I said, okay, why? I did most of my work in groups. When I was traveling in India, I don't think, I mean, here and there, maybe one on one, but I did groups and retreats and I didn't go for personal a lot. I couldn't afford it first. I was really, really young. And also, there was more groups, I think, available for us. I'm 47, so it was when I was 20 something, many years ago. And many satsang, many teachers, many groups, retreats. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to find that. I was so excited. But today, especially here, when not in Israel, it's a bit different, but here people don't want to come for a group. And I'm saying, I understand. I totally understand. Because with me, you feel comfortable already, right? We are connected. You feel seen. I understand, but it will not help you with other people. It will not help you to learn the art of listening. It will not help you to learn to be vulnerable with others, to be yourself. Basically, to be vulnerable is to be yourself. It will not help you to learn just to be yourself with other people in your life. You are comfortable with me, so I'm one of your circle, of your inner circle that you trust. But how will it help you to expand? In order to grow, we need to challenge ourselves, right? And to do things that we're not comfortable with in the inner work or in life. My compass, I remember that when I was traveling in the world back then, spirituality, it was so, today it's even more. There are so many options, so many teachers, so many methods. How you choose? How can you choose where to go? I was traveling in Greece, in Europe, in the East. I could go everywhere, right? And how can I choose? So my compass was every time I felt resistant, that it's fear. We call it resistance, but it's fear. I said, okay, this is for me. I have something to learn there because part of me is afraid. If something is, yeah, let's go to do it. So it's natural for me. So I already have it. I know it. It's fun. It's good. Let's take a break sometimes, but I will not learn. And that's what I wanted to learn and grow. So basically, I always say to them, if a group is challenging you, go, throw yourself there. It doesn't matter which group, ecstatic dance, retreats, and because then what you're afraid is to cry in front of other people, is to dance in front of other people, is to share with somebody, and those are the things you want to learn. You want to feel fear and overcome. Feel fear and overcome. And this is why, even if you're going to the best practitioner in the world, there is a time that you'll arrive to a plateau. And then you need to say, okay, what is the next step? But the fear is so present. The fear we feel usually, by the way, in the chest. We feel it here. The pain can be in other places, of course, the shoulders, the belly, many places, the legs. But the fear we feel here, right? And I want you to remember another thing from this webinar, that every time you feel this fear, go do this. Go forward, don't go back. You already lived back for so many years hiding behind the wall. So if you feel something is pushing you back, you can really decide to take a step forward. And this is the leadership, right, that we want to achieve. By the way, usually I speak for half an hour and then I open for questions. And this is my favorite part, because this part I already know. I hear myself for so many years. But basically, I want to hear you guys. I want you to bring specific example and challenges, or share and inspire. But if you can really raise your hand over Zoom and do it, again, this is the challenge. When I'm saying that, what do you feel right now? Do you feel that? If you feel that, you need to raise your hand, right? This is the contract. So this is the thing that you learn how, oh, while raising my hand, what your mind is telling you right now. Everybody here have something good to say or to share or to ask, I'm sure. But what your mind is saying to you, or it's not important enough, or what other people will think about me, or maybe somebody else was something more important, or just don't do it, you don't know the people, or looking around and judging on it's not the right place to do it. What the mind is telling you to convince you not to raise your hand? Because basically I'm supposed to see 14 hands here if we didn't have the mind. Okay. I have Haley that always saying to me, reminding me that I need to share that. This is a link for new people that can book 15 minutes with me. And then we can talk about the possibility to grow. And this is the link for the retreat. I have a retreat. The retreat is every few months. It's around 35 people of doing really intense work, doing everything together. And I have to say that I was surprised that after the last retreat, the June retreat, people stay in touch. I opened a Slack group for them, and part of them met, right, for dinner. Part of them, few people didn't attend, I said, for dinners and going dancing together. And this is my goal. My goal is not only the work, and I think the work is bigger than me. I'm only one person, or the materials that are great, but the work is about bringing people together, learning, teaching them how to give to each other authentic mirrors, how to be a good friend, a good person, how to be vulnerable and connect, and how to be natural and come back to a very healthy state. That we were like that in a very, very young age, even if you don't remember. So I love retreat. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm also celebrating in the retreat and enjoying every moment. I think I'm enjoying and they are working, but I hope that the participants enjoy as well. What about the questions? I'm just stalling here to see if somebody will ask. So, okay. No, Alvan. Yeah, Alvan and Mary Beth. And probably you're doing it to help me in this point, so thank you.
Oh, no, it's not really a question. It's just something that helped me that I hadn't fully realized before until I heard it. It's essentially the idea that like every time you make the conscious decision to hide something about yourself, you're actually giving up on truly belonging. And until I actually heard that, I didn't really realize I was kind of doing both and trying to stay hidden, but also wishing I would feel like I belong in more places. So that part really helped me like rethink a lot of my interactions and how I approach things in my life as I try to get better in leading it instead of just following.
And if you go even more personal, if you want to inspire, talk about yourself a year ago and now, more related to other people and connections.
Okay, so this, sure. I guess a year ago, what happened was I went to my first retreat. Thank you for hosting that. And I didn't realize, I didn't realize how much I kept to myself until I had to get someone to carpool with me there, which is Yahir actually ended up carpooling with me there. And we just really clicked despite the fact that we'd never met each other before. And even then, after the fact, he still told me I was holding back a lot. And that shocked me when I heard that, because I thought I was just replying to all the questions. I wasn't dodging anything, but I still wasn't really opening up about myself either. And it's a small nuance, but it's a giant gap that just keeps you closed off from other people. Since then, I've become a lot better at that. It's taken a lot of work, but I feel like I'm much less afraid of people just seeing me for me. And since then, back then I had basically no social circle. Like my coworkers or prior coworkers were pretty much the extent of the people I was interacting with. And these days I sometimes have trouble fitting in social events because I attend so many more of them. I am still working a lot on some other stuff in my life, including the dating part, which is why I know the fear of rejection is a real thing for me. Particularly because I feel like the three women in my life that I cared the most about were also the one that most emphatically rejected me. And that's still in my memories somewhere. And it's prevented me from for a long time to go into dating again. But I'm doing that now. So
Amazing. I want you to really be like so proud of yourself, of the work you are doing, the meditation and the effort, and you know, overcoming fear and healing yourself. It's all you. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
not all me though. It's also the people I spend time with. It helps a lot to have people that are truly able to like listen when you're going through stuff, and I think it's the most important part of doing the retreat and these journeys, is to actually find people who are capable of holding your thoughts and holding you. And I realized that as I was growing up, I didn't really have that. I was even afraid a little bit of interacting with especially my father, who was prone to just anger issues, and I kept putting distance between me and other people. But realizing where that comes from, and just being able to find strategies to work around that and cope with it, just has helped a lot.
Beautiful. And still, I wanted to be really, really like positive, like saying positive things to yourself, because you open up to that. You didn't give up.
Yeah,
You open up and you took a chance.
I did. Yeah.
And this is amazing.
It's still hard for me to compliment myself, like even after all this time, even just hearing compliments.
This is why I'm insisting.
I
But
know.
I know that even if 100 people will tell you how lovable you are or talented, and you will say something else to yourself, you will believe your mind.
Mhm.
So, but reality, you know, many times the mind can see the proof also. So many things change. I'm capable. I'm different. And then he will always also believe.
Yeah, that's the part that's helping. My mind at least prides itself on being highly logical, so it also cannot ignore evidence when it sees it. And that's how he still learns in the end, even if there's a lot of pushback.
Thank you so much, Alba.
Yeah.
Mary Beth.
You know me, I've always got something to share or question to ask. It really it hit me when you talked about buyer versus product. So pretty much everybody that knows me sees me as an extrovert, a planner, an organizer. And I guess I learned a long time ago, if I didn't do it, and I still feel it every day, just about, if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. And I do have a level of distrust just because people don't come to me and say, let's get together and do this. I always have to do the work. And I love my friends, but I have two great kids, and we won't include them in that. We're very close, but there's a level of insecurity. And so I always feel that I need to push and make it happen. And then, I kind of wait it out to see if somebody's going to get back to me at all, or they're going to wait 2 or 3 days, even with a plan I have in mind. Oftentimes they don't. I have to So I'm never sure why. I've tried to work on this in my brain so many times, why the situation is as it is, that I'm not thought of enough. I'm not considered enough. People don't make the effort as much. I talk to anybody that'll listen to me. And I love exchange with people, but I just feel a little hollow, or, just a little bit lost in the whole situation.
Yes, I will help you with that. Those thoughts that you just mentioned, there are 3 thoughts. Can you repeat them? I'm not this enough. I'm not, yeah.
I guess I'm not thought of enough. People don't consider me enough, and I have to do all the work.
Yes, okay. Those 3 thoughts, and probably there are more. How does it feel when you hear them? I'm not considered enough. Yeah?
It's sad.
Yes. Now,
It's mostly sad.
do you understand that the part in you that wants to prevent you from really having vulnerable relationship, it can really serve him to separate you from other people, from your friends?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he will say to you, the mind, they're not thinking about you, they don't really love you, they don't really care, whatever, there are more and more. What will happen? You'll be sad, isolated, and lonely, and the mind will say, you see, but I'm with you. You see, it's okay. I'm supporting you. I love you. I care. Let's stay together at home alone. It's the best. It's safe. It's really serving this part. Now, we talk a lot, Mary Beth, about don't believe your mind. But you need to understand that this is your mind, that he's doing it out of fear. It's pure judgment, and it's not true. It's not true. Saying something else about it, many times people that don't have confidence will do a lot, will try to initiate a lot, because the fear is when nothing will happen, then what I will feel. Then what then nobody will call, then I will get hurt. So the mind trying to be overactive just not to create this space, of that. From the center, I will tell you, let's say my kid will come to me and will say to me, the friends in the class don't want to play with me, they don't initiate, I need to do it all, I'm the only one. So I will really try to help her with changing the way she thinks about herself. And it's all about that. We talk about manifesting life, right? And our thoughts, everybody talks about it, the power of the thoughts, the power of, right? Creating reality, the power of the mind. So what will happen, what you will be without those thoughts, right? Like Byron Katie is saying, right? It's great, you can use that as well. What you will be without those thoughts, because those thoughts are making you a victim, right? And victims are alone. They're very lonely. And you are not, and also I know you a little bit from the 9 weeks, and it was beautiful. And I saw how many people loved you and engaged and like hearing you. Saying that, as an adult, I know that everybody are very busy. And everybody are in the Bay Area, and everybody concentrate on themselves, basically, right? And then I'm not thinking like that. For example, the friend that I shared about in the beginning, they took me 6 months to. Also, during our relationship, I think I'm the only one that initiated, if I think back. And now this time she is going through something really hard in her life, and she's initiating. And I don't have time, and I feel so bad. I mean, sometimes I really don't have time, and I want to support her. So basically, I'm not thinking, it's like a calculator. Now, this calculator we have, I'm not judging you. When we have a calculator, I will help you a little bit. It's connected to usually a parent that wasn't always there. Okay, it's a parent that was like how you call it? Somebody speaks Hebrew here? No, like a flash, like a light when you drive. Red. How do you say it?
Stoplight.
Stoplight. Very simple word, right? It's like a stoplight. Your mom was there and then she wasn't there. She was there and then she wasn't there. Now she wasn't there, maybe she was busy, maybe at work, maybe depression, maybe, I don't know, she wasn't always there. And then as a child, And it's a full class. I don't have time to teach right now, but as a child, you feel like, oh, she's there, she's not there, she's there. And then your heart, you don't feel you have a lot of love. There is not a lot of love. It's like sometimes you have love, sometimes you don't have love. Sometimes in the morning you got attention, in the evening you didn't get attention. It's very confusing for a child and very hurtful, but most of the kids, by the way, live like that today. And then you have a calculator because you don't feel that you have a lot of love. You need to really calculate. She remember my birthday. I will call her on her birthday. She give me that. I will give her that. And you are holding that. When you heal yourself from that, and you really connect to the big love of the universe and life, and you love yourself, and you are compassionate to yourself, and you are kind to yourself, you feel so much love, you drop you step on the calculator. You don't want it anymore because you just want to share love with whoever is available. It's not about you. It's not about you good enough or not good enough, lovable enough or not. It's about love, right? It's about exchange. So we'll talk about it more, but basically it's connected to our childhood. And I want you to try to connect it and see that those thoughts were there for a young age, and it's not connected to your friends today. And if you will not release those thoughts, it will stay forever. Forever you will have this mind that separates you and from your friends that loves you so much. I have friends that sometimes I talk to them twice a year, but they're so good friends to me. I love them so deeply because life, because they're in Israel or because they have. So, I mean, it's okay. So today I will share love with other people. And maybe you need to find a profession that also fill you up with love. I mean, I feel that the space I work, is it's so beautiful because it's always intimate, it's always vulnerable. I can always be myself. So also this can fill you so much that you're not needy anymore. You don't need. Okay, but it's already 11:47. We can talk forever. It's so nice to be with you. Let's unmute and say goodbye. Thank you so much.